Hey, this is Dave with ImproveBackpacking.com. I'm here to talk to you about 21 ridiculously easy ways to attract bears into your tent, if that's what you're looking to do. We are a backpacking blog, ImproveBackpacking.com, and we have a YouTube channel. Our goal is to help new and intermediate backpackers get out on the trail and stay safe. So we have researched a number of topics. We continue to research, and if you know anything about me from my earlier videos, I'm fairly new to backpacking, but I am researching it and slowly heading in that direction. I do quite a bit of hiking in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, and so as I learn, I teach, and the more we can help people stay safe, the better. So let's talk about bears. Bears don't generally attack us, right? I mean, they need to be provoked. There are a number of times when bears do attack, but the reason why, for the most part, is they're hungry, or they're startled, or they're protecting their young, something like that. So with that said, bears have great sense of smell. There are anecdotes, and you hear a number of stories about, how far a bear can smell, what they can smell. They can smell fear, all that. But there has been some research that a bear, and I believe it was up in Alaska, was able to smell a carcass of an animal from as far as 3 miles away. Sometimes they say that it's 10 to 15 miles. I find that difficult to believe, just because I don't think that the need for a bear to find food 15 miles away, when they can probably find it a lot closer. But they do have a number of functions. They have a very large, what's called olfactory bulb, and that sits at the back of their snout that allows them to take in smells, upwards to thousands of times more than what a human can smell. So they do have a super smeller, so to speak. So we go into it in our blog post, the kind of the science behind, why a bear can smell so well. But I'm going to talk briefly about, what affects the bear's sense of smell. So if you've ever been hiking and it's, a gentle breeze, what happens is your smell from your pack and your body will waft away from you in whatever direction the wind is blowing it. So the direction of the wind is an important part in how bears can smell. If you're walking, say north and the wind is blowing south, a bear behind you can get your sense of smell. But you're also walking away from them, so it's a little safer than if you are walking with the wind and the wind comes from behind you and you're walking, toward potentially a bear that is able to smell you. So with that said, the wind plays a role in that. And if you say you're hiking and you see a bear up ahead, but they don't see you, depending on the wind, they may be able to smell you fairly quickly. So it's important to know what to do in that case. Basically, you can back away, you can move to the sides, you can go a different direction. There's a number of things that you can do to prevent the bear from, catching wind of what's going on. Humidity is an important thing because we don't even think of it, but when humid air is going to have more water vapor in the air, that water vapor can attach to smells. And the smell from somebody is small particles, of dust, debris, our most recent meal. We breathe out odor from our mouths, and we emanate it from our body. So humidity captures some of that smell, and it can travel, through a nice breeze can travel with that smell. Okay, by carrying that smell along. So you have to pay attention to that in a more humid day, our smells can carry further because they're being carried by water vapor in the air. Okay. Temperature can carry our smells. A warmer temperature, again, is going to have more water vapor. A colder temperature, it's going to dry out to some extent, depending on if a storm just came through. But in general, it's going to dry out. And the water, so the water vapor is low. The coldness in the air is going to prevent the smells from traveling. So we look at, in our blog post, we look at attractants and deterrents. The attractant, of course, is something that will attract a bear, and a deterrent is something that will prevent a bear from being too happy and will get them away. The most important thing is being, I don't know about you, I'm a little OCD when it comes to cleaning at times. And the cleaner we are, the less likely the smell is we're gonna build up enough smells to attract a bear. So it's important when you are cleaning your camping cookware that you do it in a manner far away from where you're going to be sleeping, but also cleaning it as well as you can, and not using like a high detergent type of soap. So anything that you think has a scent, like soaps and lotions, hairspray, bug spray, toothpaste, and any human food, dog food included, that's not human food, but dog food as well, carry scents that will attract a bear. We do cover this, like I said, in our blog post. The other thing is, when we look at deterrents, there's a few things that will deter a bear. Basically, pepper spray is the number one bear deterrent, but the problem with that is you've already attracted the bear. Now you have to protect yourself, and you will by using the bear repellent. And that's a pepper spray, and it's the capsaicin inside the pepper spray that is the deterrent. The bears don't like it. Most of us don't like it. It burns. It doesn't feel well. So that will get rid of a bear. There are other things as far as trying to deter a bear or not attract a bear, is making noise in an area where, say, there are black bears around. The black bears are very skittish and they'll run away. So having bells on you, talking calmly, creating some noise can help deter a bear. And then I wrote ammonia, which is that is a true deterrent to a bear, from what I've read, that the bears do not like it and it will keep them away. Then the last thing is common sense. Again, I have a list of all these attractants and deterrents in the blog post, but common sense is, I've heard often about stories of campers who have eaten in their tents, or eaten very close to their tents, or have left food out. That's to me, it's just common sense to not do that, right? The reason why is we attract the bears, and then who knows what, if we startle them or we, create some sort of interest other than other than food, then they can come after us. But for example, I was once I was dropping my son and his friends off for a backpacking trip, and because I dropped them off late in the afternoon into the early evening, I was with the Boy Scout troop, and I ended up sleeping in the cab of the pickup with all the food And so the windows were up. It was a fairly cool night. The kids were all in their tents. But what happened in the middle of the night is a bear came and lifted up the back of the bed of the truck and reached in, grabbed a backpack because he or she could smell the container, the items in the backpack, and it was lotion, sunscreen, I think maybe some toothpaste. It was things that the hiker didn't know would attract a bear, but it did. And we didn't find the backpack until the next day. The bear grabbed it and ran into the woods with it in the middle of the night. And we walked around looking for him because it was a black bear, and black bears are afraid of us. So had we come across it, I think we hopefully would have been okay. But anyhow, so needless to say, the bears are attracted to stuff. You have to be as careful as you can. I was woken up in the, sleeping in the bed not in the bed, in the cab of the truck. But had I been sleeping in the bed of the truck, I would have been awoken by a bear. So be very careful with that. So again, be obsessive about your cleaning, reduce or eliminate the attractants around you, and don't sleep in the clothes that you ate in. Oftentimes our clothes can get the smell of whatever we were eating. It's a good idea to change out of those clothes, keep them in a separate area with your pack away, so that if a bear does show up, he's attacking your clothes and not you in the tent. So with that said, let's bash the like button, subscribe to our channel, ring the notification bell, and check out improvebackpacking.com for more information. As I learn it, I give it, I teach it, and as always, be kind to one another, whether it's in word or in action. Have a great, safe backpacking trip.